Hello lovelies, you are welcome back to another episode of my tutorial today. Today I will be showing you how to cut a 6-piece skirt with 2 yards of fabric. This method will actually save your material, and if you don't have too much fabric, you can manage your material with this method. Thank you for coming back to watch my video. To my old time subscriber, I really appreciate that. I'm not taking that for granted. And if you are a new comer on this channel, thank you for viewing my video for the first time, and please kindly like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you actually derive any value from my videos. Thank you. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to open up the fabric and fold into 4. I'm going to open the 2 yards of fabric. I will first fold into 2, then into 4. While folding, I'm going to leave a 2 inches allowance for the zipper allowance. At the open side, I'm going to leave 2 inches. That's where I will place my zip, and that's where the center back will be. These are the measurements that we'll be needing for this tutorial: the skirt length, the waist circumference, the hip circumference, the hip depth, and the new length. So after doing this, the next thing now is to bring out my full skirt measurement. I'm measuring 39 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making 40 inches. So I will measure it all through, and I will connect it with a ruler to form a straight line. For the center front and the center back, our measurement is going to be 8 inches. That is the bust span of the person. I'm using the bust span to cut out the center front and center back. And if we now remove the 16 inches for the 44 inches that we have before, we now have 28 inches. The 28 inches will be divided by 4, and that will give us 7. Each of the side panel will be 7 inches. So what I'm doing here now is to measure out the 8 inches, that is the bust span measurement, divided by 2. You know the cloth is on fold, so I'm measuring 4 inches plus half an inch sewing allowance. That's 4.5. I would measure that 4.5 up to my nail length, and my nail length is 20 inches. I will measure that 20 inches and mark it out, then connect the line, the point I've made. I will connect it into a straight line up to the nail length. So it is from that new length that I'm going to bring out my fish shape, my flare shape. So on the new length, I'm just going to come in by 0.5 inches so as to create a small shape there. I don't want it too sharp. And I will go back to the waistline too. I will do the same thing. I will go in by 0.5 inch now. So after going in by 0.5 inch at the waistline, I'm going to connect it back to the hip depth. So I'm done with the center front and the center back now. That allowance that I left while we are folding for the center back is what will form the sewing allowance. Now we have the 2 pieces of the center back and 1 piece of the center front. Both are on fold. So now I'm going to cut out following the lines that we have made. So after cutting it out, I'm going to use the front panel to shape the side. So now I will drag the clothes up because I want the flowery parts at all the 6 pieces edges. I will now place the front piece on the back panel. I would make sure I measure that 7 inches plus enough sewing allowance, like 3 inches or 4 inches, plus enough sewing allowance. You know, we did not add much sewing allowance to the center front. We only add the joining allowance. So now what I'm doing there is actually to bring out my skirt length. I'm trying to check if that will be enough. I will now bring my skirt length. After bringing out my skirt length, I will mark that and I will place the front panel on it. So what I'm doing here now is to mark out the 20 inches for the new length. And I'm measuring the 7 inches plus the sewing allowance. I am adding 2.5 inches sewing allowance to it, to the sides. I measure 7 on open, not on fold, please. Now this is 4 pieces. Now I'm cutting the 4 sides together at once, so it's on open. So you measure that 7 inches, add 2.5 or 3 inches sewing allowance to it, and you will use the front to trace it out. The other side of the 6 pieces, you can decide to shape it now or you shape it later, but I do love to shape it while sewing. After turning the lining, turning everything, I do love to shape it while sewing. It's very easy to shape. Just come in by 1 inch at the new length, measure your waist length, measure your hip length, and come in by 1 inch at the new length to form that shape. So now the next thing is to cut out the sides. The next thing is to cut out the side now. So after cutting it out, I will now open the sides. You know it's on fold before. I will open it. It will now give me 4 sides, the center front and the center back. Our 6 pieces is completed. Thank you for watching this video from the beginning to the end. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video if you actually derive any value from it. I will appreciate you coming back to my channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.